It's really Jesus falling. You said, oh, Jesus. Okay, hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're so happy you're here. I am Jenna.
I am Rhonda.
And we are coming to you from a very different location today. We're very excited.
We're on site.
We're on site. Not a knitting site, though.
Could be. That would really be a great idea if they did that.
Do it here? Like a knitting party?
A knitting store. Let's say where we are.
We're in Lake Placid. The husbands went for a ride in the car the other day, and Rhonda was coming anyway.
Yeah.
And somehow they got talking about, wouldn't it be so fun if we came too?
Yeah.
And they came back from, what were they doing, picking up the food or something, and it was,
It's happening.
we're going to Lake Placid for the weekend.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's great. And I'm like, sorry, we just crashed your
And we love
party.
it. We love having company here. We think it's the greatest place ever. We honeymooned here. I had been here many times before that. It's just a different way of life up here. Lots of dogs. Lots of like outdoor things to do. I'm not outdoorsy. Are you?
No.
I'm so indoorsy. It's
All I
not
could
even
think
funny.
of, it's a 5-hour drive from home.
Yeah.
Lots of knitting. That's what draws me. And all I could think of the whole way up here is there's like, you can kayak, put your kayak in over here, or canoe. You can bike. There are dogs everywhere.
Love the dogs.
You can go hiking. There's people going up bike hills that are, a man was pedaling and the hill was like this. And I almost started laughing because I was tired for
getting
him.
my car up it. And
Yeah, like we
watching
were like,
him, can we give him a boost?
Yeah, one girl was going up a hill and she had her shirt pulled all the way up, and there was like her shirt was just soaked. I'm like, you did this to yourself. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But I mean, this is where they host the Ironman, the Olympics. Like it's an athletic town.
We were fishing. They took the kids fishing yesterday, and a woman just was walking down the street. It didn't even look like she had planned it or anything. She just took off her shirt, left her shorts on, and she had a bikini top, left her sandals, just left them on the side, and jumped into the lake and swam to the other side of the lake, which was not a short distance. No. And there she went, and we're like, oh,
is your phone getting wet? Do you have a phone?
She didn't have a phone. Yeah. And then there were people on paddle boards going by, a million people swimming. There was a paddle board bike.
It looked like a surfboard with a bike on it.
It was awesome. One guy was in khaki shorts and a golf shirt. we didn't understand what he was doing.
Tourists.
It looked great. So yesterday it was about 120 degrees, and generally New Yorkers escape north when it's hot because it's usually very cold. Not very, but colder here.
We fried. I think now's a good time to show.
It doesn't look half as bad.
Look as bad.
Not half as bad.
Oh my God.
It was lobster red.
I didn't know that when you're on the lake or water at all in a boat that the sun reflects more and you crisp. Yeah. So I thought I had a good base tan. I'm just going to get golden. No, I'm on day 2 of like...
It does look better.
It does look better, but it's frying.
So it is still COVID. It is the 11th of July.
Oh my goodness.
COVID is still going on, so everywhere we go we have to wear a mask. It's not so bad. I do feel like they're way more locked down here than in Ocean City. They are like clicking clickers, and people walk into stores, there can only be X amount of people. People on the streets have masks on.
But I feel like New York is extra cautious, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we're just super smart because our people are like, please don't put us back into lockdown.
Right.
We get 2 months out of the year where it's nice out. We can't.
Behave.
Yeah. Please let us be good. We don't ever get to come out and play.
Mm-hmm. But like if you walk in a store, or even if you stand up in a restaurant and you don't have it on, like there's someone there to say put it up. So we've been really fine with it. We respect it.
My kids are really bad about it.
But not because they want to break a rule. Like you just don't.
They don't think, and I'll say put your mask up, and they're like,
yeah.
So it's okay. We've been doing well.
My touristy shirt. Every year I feel like you have to get something.
I do think it's like wearing the concert tee to the concert, though. You're walking around Lake Placid in your Lake Placid shirt.
Yeah. I'm one of them.
It's okay. We don't care. We're not scared. What was I going to say? Oh, so yesterday it was 1,000 degrees, and today it is 73 and pouring rain. It was like buckets, and then it was sideways, and now it stopped for a minute.
We were going to film outside, and then...
With the 46 mountain peaks up here? We are basically surrounded by 46 mountain peaks. So if you can just imagine, I don't even think there's a way we can show them that mountain right there.
Try.
Let's make you dizzy. I don't know if you can see. See right there? Is that it?
Yeah. White faces out there.
And this is all fog.
And if you could see down below where those trees are, that's Lake Placid. Like the lake is right across the street from us, so it's really nice.
It's really beautiful. It was crazy just driving up here. We really wanted to see a moose or a bear. We didn't see that.
You're not going to.
How is it that we always see these videos of people in Old Forge and people everywhere and there's bears? I've never seen one. We go all the time. Oh, we're getting dark. Okay. So,
Okay.
5 hours of car knitting.
Yeah, I did a little bit of car sleeping.
Oh.
I know.
I didn't want to miss anything. You come up here a lot. I've never been to Lake Placid, so I didn't want to miss anything.
It's a nice ride though, and I feel like it goes fast. It doesn't feel like 5 hours.
As long as the kids are occupied, it doesn't really bother me. I don't care how long it is.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to go to the bathroom, so I'm good. Yeah, we're all messed up now. It's a little more on me than
Hope you enjoyed the mountain.
Yeah, you can't really see much of it. It is so beautiful, though. Whiteface is huge. I thought it was a mile up, but it's not. It's 4,000 something. 4,000, I don't know. I looked it up. 4,000 something feet up. It's not a mile, because a mile is 5,000 tomatoes. 5,280. 5,280 tomato.
Ah!
Such a teacher. Such a dork.
That would have come in handy like 30 years ago.
Okay, so, finished objects. You want to get Jesus out? In case you're wondering why we were talking about Jesus.
After you show this, and then I bring out my thing.
I can go first.
No!
Jesus is making a big debut.
So,
this is serious.
I'm really excited because I got this last year for Christmas.
Oh, I thought you just got it.
No.
This was
never
a complete
tried it.
shock to me. I just want you to know she never showed me.
This is a Knitivity. Yeah. Nativity, but it's knit. And I thought it was going to be double pointed needles. So I was going to use the 5-hour drive to teach myself the technique. And it turned out to be flat knitting with you seam up the back. And I didn't bring a darning needle and I didn't bring stuffing.
I have 4.
Do you have
you
stuffing?
don't have any stuffing? No. Do we have cotton balls?
Anyways. He doesn't have his face now. You got to use your imagination. But this is baby Jesus. It's going to be so cute. Come on now. Just use your imagination. So yeah, that's my finished object.
It was really funny because she came up before us by a few days. And so she was writing to me and she's like, Jesus is done now.
Working on his swaddling clothes.
Yeah, swaddling Jesus.
Yeah.
It was
I'll try
funny.
to whip up Mary before you get here. That didn't
Did you?
work. No.
Did you get it? Was he the only thing you did?
Yeah. I've been burned. I've been using that as an excuse to get out of a lot of things.
Her kids will go to hug her and she's like, don't.
Yeah, someone wants to lay next to me in bed. Someone wants to poke me or go for a walk.
We were supposed to take a hike today, which is kind of funny because not a one of us in this group is a hiker by any means.
Well, I think Matt would. Matt just loves to do stuff. And your husband does too.
He wanted to see the view. It was supposed to be like a really pretty view at the end, but
I still think I have faith.
buckets.
I think it's going to happen. Look,
We're
it's
gonna
not raining at all right now.
you
People
said,
are walking
you did
around.
find your shoes.
I did find.
I think we can do it. Let's just do it. What's going to happen? We get all wet, so what?
Finished object. Boat. Her summer project.
It took me 3.5 weeks, but 5 of those
my
days I couldn't
goodness.
knit because we were in Ocean City. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's so lovely. This is my What the Fade by Andrea
Please
Mowry.
open it so we can see all the glory.
So it starts with brioche.
Remember, like 2 podcasts ago, this was just a stack of
I think
yarn?
it was last podcast. Don't listen to her.
Oh, so last podcast, it was just a bunch of skeins. Okay, so we got the wine going into the white or the peach?
Well, this is,
Oh,
I
pink.
don't know what the colors are actually called. I said that a few podcasts ago.
Sure.
So there's the dark pink into the lighter pink into the whitish. Then there's a peach. And then there's a speckly
Gold.
yellow, goldish. I'm lost. And then a darker goldish. I can't see what I'm doing. And then it kind of does it all over
It's
again.
brioche.
It's big.
Oh my goodness.
She's a
so
monster. Wait, if we
soft.
did this, it is really soft.
There you go.
So I did just in hedgehog and spun right round.
Is Hedgehog from England? Is that the one?
I don't know where it's not from this country because I think
England.
they spell fibers different than we do, I
Right.
think.
I love
it.
that.
I love it. It's so squishy and I love
Did you
the
bring
colors.
this just to match with that, or you just everything in your closet's already mustard?
No. She's terrible. No, I wanted to bring it because it's sort of like when you finish knitting something, you feel like it's one of your children.
I'm talking about this. Did you bring this to wear it with that?
So it's like one of your children and you want to take it everywhere with you, even though I had no business wearing a scarf. But I'll tell you what, it's not that warm right now. And my husband keeps the air at all of -20, so it's freezing. I brought this sweater to go with the dress I was going to wear today, but I didn't want to wear a dress in the rain. So
Understandable.
here it is. I love it. I highly recommend the pattern. I was kind of intimidated by this pattern. I thought it would be kind of hard. We really kind of are dark. I thought it would be hard just because when she said brioche increases and decreases, and I've done that before, but I don't know what I was thinking.
How
I
long
don't
did the
know
brioche part take? Was it like really hard to concentrate? Like you
No.
had to pay attention to it?
Nope. I had to go back to the pattern and look from time to time, but just that top part is brioche, and that maybe took me a week.
And then it's just garter.
And then it's a ton of garter, and I don't think I even, okay, so what I will say is you were saying how you thought that this would be really boring because of all the garter, but here's the thing. In the brioche section, you're not only paying attention to the brioche, but then you're fading. So you have to be paying attention to the pattern where you are, because you only do a few rows before you start fading again, and then you have to pay attention. It was the same with the garter. So you go into the garter, and then it's only maybe 4 or 6 rows, and then you're fading again.
Yeah.
So you really don't get bored because it's like boom, boom, boom. There's always something coming that's different. This does have tassels. You're supposed to put those.
Just do it.
They look like a curtain tassel to
No,
me.
I think you'll like it. No one's
We'll
going to think
see.
you're wearing a knit curtain.
They might. I'm okay with that. I don't know. We'll see if I end up doing it. I do have quite a bit of yarn left over. I wasn't expecting to have that much yarn left
I feel like you
over.
always do, except for that one time that you were waiting because you ran out.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know.
That wasn't even that long ago, and I was freaking out. But it was like,
freaked out.
now I have to start another project.
It wasn't the portage.
Yes, it was. It was the portage. So here's the other thing. We were talking. Well, wait. I'll get.
I
to
don't
that.
have another finished object.
No,
That's
but
what
I was
you're
going to go
looking
into my whip because
for.
last podcast. Last
Baby.
podcast, I was saying how I didn't think I had enough yarn. I don't know what I was looking at that said 137 yards.
You're not talking about Felix?
Nope, I'm talking about. Okay, let's just get there.
Oh.
What is this thing called again? This is the
Goldfinch.
Andrew Murray Goldfinch, which obviously that's not in color. And I made this. I've knit this much in about 3 days, and I'm not even kidding. It is insane how fast it goes. It does look like quite a mess because of all the color changes.
That shocks me because short rows to me are so
I have to pay attention.
tedious.
They are. So
And yeah, you have to pay attention.
I
Do
don't
you use
know-
stitch markers when you wrap and turn?
I usually
find
do,
them?
but in this, it's going like 4 stitches over. So you can see, every time you can sort of see where it is. So see how it's kind of wonky and it goes from fat to thin and then from fat to thin. I've never made anything like that before. So those are all short rows. I hadn't anticipated the short rows. I didn't even look at the pattern. I knew it wasn't that hard. Why are you smiling?
I know how to go from fat to thin and
Yeah.
thin to fat.
I do
I'm
too.
a short row.
Trust me. So
It's not funny.
we love ourselves in this podcast.
Yes, we
You know
do.
how we've talked about that.
Self-love.
I had a whole conversation with her daughter at the pool yesterday, who is 12, Lucy, and she was talking about they have this thing with women and men with very bony legs, like disgusting. And they say,
I'd kill for those legs.
Okay.
But it's more like you see like a little grandma with little spandex, like a little 11, and
No,
you're
it
just like,
isn't.
I would kill for those.
no, it could be a 21-year-old girl, and you guys are like, kill. No, we don't want bony legs.
No.
We're not trying to look bony. Let's start there, because that's And her sister.
Unless somebody likes to be bony.
No, I'm completely against that. If you are made bony and you try to gain weight or you're fine with how you are, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
But if you're one of those people that's like,
That's
I'm
your
fat
goal?
and and you make yourself look like that, I'm not okay with that, okay? That's way too bony. If you want to be athletic we are meant to
she's on a
have
roll.
meat on our skin here. We are meant to be thick. We are women. We bear children. And if you don't want to bear children or can't, that's fine too. We are meant to be thick. So I had a whole conversation with her daughter at the pool yesterday about how we don't need to be bony.
I know.
And how I was always the fattest out of all of my friends growing up. I was always the biggest, and I was not big. I was probably a size 10. Like, that's probably pretty average.
Yeah.
And
Healthy.
I always felt like I was so fat, and the
While you're on a
guys
tirade, I'm just gonna.
did not prefer me to my friends because they are high school boys and they
Yep.
want a girl that's this big, and I never felt confident because I was always the heavy one. And I'm telling her daughter this, and as I'm telling her, of course, I'm starting to cry. I'll probably cry when I tell you. And then my husband he is a very big guy, and women are very attracted to him and his size, and he's very confident, and he's very he's handsome, and he is gorgeous to die for, blue eyes like hers, and he's just women and men. I mean, we go to Provincetown every year, and he'll go to get me a drink, and he'll come back and be like, those two guys over there just bought this for you because they thought it was for me and they paid for it, and we think that's hilarious. So okay, getting to my point, I never thought that he would pick, like, why would he pick me? Why would, I say it to him still, what did you pick me for? Girls and guys throw themselves at him still.
Because he's deeper than just looks. He's a
They don't
good
know
man.
that on first glance.
Oh, I think your personality smacks you in the face when people meet you.
So I started crying talking to Lucy because she was saying how she was insecure, and I said, you need to stop all of that. I've done this my entire life. You're not going to be insecure. There's a right guy out there for you, and he is going to be perfect, and he's going to look at you, and he's going to love you just how you are. I'm still insecure. And my husband just yesterday said to me, because there was a girl at the pool, she was wearing a high-waisted bikini, and she was not small. And I looked at him, I'm like, why can't I just be confident enough to wear something like that? He's like, I don't know. I tell you all the time because I think you look great. Yeah. But you just can't do it. So I was trying to tell Lucy, just...
Yeah.
love yourself. Like, this is so ridiculous. Why don't we love ourselves? And you're perfect. And I said to her, if you just walk around with confidence, nobody even looks at you like you're fat. If you're the confident girl walking around in that bathing suit, it's like, hey, look how cute that suit is. Or look at her. Look at Lizzo, how she rocks it. She just doesn't care. And she thinks it's beautiful. And you know what? Look at her. I think she's beautiful. Look at Adele. Now, I'm so mad at Adele. Why did you go and do that? You were so much prettier when you were heavy. I do not think she's pretty now. I know
Maybe
you do.
it's not that. Maybe she's just trying to get healthy.
Maybe
you know
she
what I
was
mean?
healthy before. Big girls can't be healthy.
Well, like, I'm right now 20 pounds overweight, and my doctor has encouraged me, even if it's 5 or 10, like, for my health, for my blood pressure. What if her doctor said, for your health? I'm not saying...
She's skinny because she's in the middle of a divorce. Let's be serious. I know, because I've been in, like, the land of depression when you're skinny, but not because of divorce. But I'm just not okay with it.
Yeah.
She was representing for the bigger girls, and I feel like, great, here goes another one.
I think it's a lifelong lesson that we try to teach ourselves and try to teach other people and try to really live. It's hard. It really is.
It's hard for me because I don't have daughters. So when I see your daughters, I feel like, oh, let me teach them something.
But you're also teaching your sons how to treat women.
Yes, and when my boys are like, when they say so-and-so is fat, like, I almost kill them for that because I want them to understand.
Yeah.
Bigger is really beautiful. Look at who your father chose.
Absolutely.
Look at the people in your family who are not tiny, and we are not all meant to be these teeny tiny little people. So we need to just stop that.
If we could all just accept each other's differences, do you know what I mean? Just master that rule, we would be in a much better place, period.
Crying at the pool with Lucy.
Crying
it was a good time.
at the
Crying
pool.
at the pool. Last podcast I said I
Sorry,
didn't...
short rows. I totally
No.
derailed this
I
with the
said I
short
didn't
row.
have enough of this color, and I don't know what I was looking at that I
Right.
thought said 137 yards. It's not. It's 200 yards, and you only need 300, and I have 2 skeins, so I have 400. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Totally have enough. So I ended up buying an extra skein of something else, hoping it would match, which it didn't.
Stash builder.
Yup. So this is, what yarn is this? This is the yarn we got from Blueprint. It is the Cloudborn Superwash Merino Twist.
Real squishy. This is a light pink.
Yeah, it looks like light purple on
This
there, but
is
it really
wine-
isn't. This is magenta. It's called, but
It's
I don't
not.
think it is. It's a plum.
It's raisin.
And
Yeah.
this is called
I
Fern,
love that.
which is, it really, I think, is coming in how it is.
Yeah.
So you can see the short rows, how it goes from,
Yeah.
how it goes from fat to thin. This first section I took my mother to the doctor because she had an eye appointment. It took me maybe an hour. And you fly through these sections, like, big time.
Are
Super,
they taking
super fast.
a bit longer now?
So here's something I learned about myself. When I knit,
Carnet.
I knit slower in the car, and I think it's
Okay, you're
because I'm
looking
more
around.
distracted, and I think it's not as set on my
Yeah.
lap, so I have like the pattern, and I've got my counter, and everything's kind of falling.
Sure.
So it's slower. So this was the section I picked up. I had to do a few more rows of the pink, and then I had to do that section, and this section right here was the most of the car ride for me, which I was really upset about.
A lot of yarn overs there.
Yup, a lot of double yarn overs and knit two together.
Double yarn overs make me nervous, especially if you mess up and you have to go back. I have a hard time undoing even a single yarn over.
I can see that.
Yeah, because it's hard to like. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's this section left that I have to finish, and I'm not too far. Nope, I lied. It's this section I have to finish, and I'm not too far. So basically where I am right now, I'm right. What am I looking at? I'm right
Yeah.
here,
Uh-huh.
and I have, is this a gigantic lace
Ooh.
section?
No. Yes.
Where am I?
You're right there.
I have to finish that before we get in the car. Maybe it isn't. Oh, it is. Oh, that makes me want to cry.
You'll be fine.
So I'm here. I have this gigantic lace section. We need to knit today. That's going to take me the whole car ride home.
Let's do it.
And then we have this stripe section, and it's done. So I'll be done. I did bring a next project just in case.
Sure. You want to see what I'm working on?
I do. I really do. And I'm sorry that we're dark. We can't control the weather today.
It's probably just my tan.
Or your burn.
I'm working on my Espace Tricot Fleur with my spun right round. Oh, and I'm in the middle of the row. Who does that? You would never. Would you ever walk away in the middle of a row?
Yes, plenty.
Oh my goodness, this is so embarrassing.
Why? I love it.
No, it's embarrassing that I can't even hold up what I'm working on because I'm in the middle of a row.
Okay, but it's a booble row. They take forever, those bobbles. Look at
Okay.
those nips.
Oh my goodness. And they're flopping, and then when I try to fix them, I blush.
They're floppy nips.
Okay. You can't tell the green. It's a bright grass green. And it's technically an off-white, but I like it. I'm just bored.
Why is it boring you?
Because it's garter, 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 bobble. And then it's garter. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves.
So here is the issue with me and this floor with you being bored right now.
You want to pick it up and finish it for me?
Not on your life. There's.
Can I just show what I'm talking about? Hold that.
I don't know if it's supposed to show. Oh, it's just
Why?
a
It's just
picture.
a chart. So I am only up to here, and now I have this whole section of garter, and then it's two more. But it's going to take forever, and I just, knowing that it's just garter.
You don't pick things that are really challenging, so then you get bored. Because you look at it and think that you can't do it, so then you get bored.
I would like to remind you that with every project, I learn a new technique.
And boobles were your technique with this one?
Boobles were my new technique, so I'm mastering it.
So we need to talk about something for a moment. I posted this shawl on my Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
And my cousin...
I knew you would take offense to that.
No, I didn't take offense. You have to understand, my cousin's one of those people that like always has to zing ya. So I said something about it being a shawl, and he said something back about don't grandmas wear shawls, you know.
Yeah,
these
she said
shawls.
something about it being called a shawl just makes it sound old.
But I agree.
Yeah.
Can we not change that shawl?
Okay, what are you going to call it?
That's what I said to him. I go, what else would you call it,
capelet?
Rich? I said, would you call it a neck
can't call it a
warmer?
scarf.
It's not a scarf, I said. So what are you going to call it? A shawl does make it sound really old. It's not a cowl.
It's like a parasol instead of an umbrella, or a coverlet instead of a... Think of another.
What are we going to call it? I don't know another name.
Pocketbook instead of a purse.
That's what my grandma, and if you're from Massachusetts, you tend to say pocketbook.
House
they
shoes
also say,
instead of slippers.
oh yes, or a cover instead of a blanket.
Icebox instead of a fridge.
Soda, pop. My cousins in Massachusetts call it tonic.
Oof.
Tonic. You want some tonic?
No, I don't. The sun's out.
Of course it is, because we're in here doing
Our
this,
viewers
and we
brought
could
out
be,
the sun.
and we could be hiking right now. The men are outside carving wood. We are so
We
old.
are so Adirondack.
Except we don't do
Carving.
anything Adirondack.
Weimaraner. That's a beautiful
Every dog that we pass, she has to stop and have a 15-minute conversation with the people about the dog, how old the dog is, what the dog's name is, what kind of dog, although she usually already knows but has to double check. And if she doesn't go over to the dog, she stares at the dog, and then the dog stares at her, and she says, look, it's staring at me, and then she has to go over.
I feel like I should mention.
Okay. Now I feel bad because I made fun of you.
Why?
Because now you're going to say something sad.
It's sad, but it's part of being a dog owner.
Okay, go
and it's
ahead.
horrible. But we lost a dog this week. One of my 3, my little beagle Henry. And I won't get into the details because that definitely will kill the vibe of this. But I feel like it needs to be mentioned.
Well,
but
I don't think the details are terrible. He was 15. He was 15. He got old.
We adopted him when he was 6, so we had 9 wonderful years with him. He was the laziest, most loyal dog. So he just slept 23 hours of the day, got up, ate, handled his business, ate the other dog's business. We could talk about this now that he's gone, but
we didn't want to hurt his feelings.
We didn't want to, no. Well, he was blind and deaf, and he had a heart murmur, and his back just went out last Thursday, so we did everything we possibly could. We tried 2 really strong medications, then we doubled it, and then we added a 3rd, and he just kept declining. So there came the time where we said, we're not gonna let him live like this. So
but
we
he was
said
15,
our goodbyes.
so
I
it's
know.
not like he was,
Yep.
9 and you feel, 15, I think you know that it's coming.
Yeah, when you hear a 15-year-old dog, you're like, wow. But
Yeah.
beagles, live to be very long.
Is Henry
Old.
the dog that barks when Lucy plays the piano?
Yes.
That was really cute.
I know.
And it was really funny.
I know.
Because Lucy would be practicing and he would be howling.
It's his one trick. He doesn't sit. He doesn't fetch. He never played with a toy. Like, he was just a weird dog.
He was musical.
He was musical. He could sing.
He was a show dog.
So he will be missed terribly. And, of course, that happened Tuesday, came here Wednesday, and now I'm like, my heart is breaking for dog contact. So, especially my own. So I just, I do. I go see every dog I can.
And you try
Cherish your puppies. That's part of owning your dog, is knowing when to give them. And I heard it called the gift of euthanasia, which almost sounds like an oxymoron, but it truly is, because
No, I think we should euthanize people. I think you get to the point where it's
oh my
too
goodness,
much.
you just took a turn here.
No, I didn't. Think of it's not that different than hospice. It's like we're just keeping them comfortable until they go. It's really kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
You're just drugging
Don't
somebody
ever take
up
care
until
of me when I'm sick.
Oh, I told my children, you absolutely don't ever put me in a home. Give me a great dose of heroin if I'm that bad and just
Oh my goodness.
put me out, people.
But there is something to be said for quality of life.
Yes.
And we were carrying him everywhere because he couldn't walk anymore, he wouldn't eat anymore, and he couldn't go to the bathroom anymore. So that basically was like,
My grandparents are 96 and
I'm afraid what's about to come out of your
95.
mouth.
No, you're not. They're
if it's anything about
95
heroin, I'm leaving.
and 99.
Isn't that
And
amazing?
they still live at home. And they have a nurse that comes and she helps them with things, and my uncles take great care of them, and because they only had sons and my dad was one of them, but he passed, and they can stay at home, and I think that that's awesome. So they do. So see,
Okay.
that's great.
It is.
I had something else to say.
I spotted the dog and derailed it again.
Totally. Okay, really quick, she tried to bring Pigeon.
Oh my goodness. I think I've mentally blocked this out. That was so awful.
If
Okay.
you don't know, because you're a new viewer today, Pigeon is her pigeon,
Oh, I don't even know.
her pet pigeon.
I won't say let's insert a photo here.
I did. I inserted pigeon.
I know, but do you remember the last time?
Oh,
I won't
we
say it
we
this
did
time.
this, and it took us like 4 hours to find the spot where we said that.
Took longer to find the spot where I said insert a pigeon picture here than it did to record the entire. I'm not going to say it. Insert a picture of pigeon here. I'm not going to say it.
We're not doing it.
We're not doing it.
I'll put it somewhere if I remember.
Anyway,
Pigeon.
I've trained him to be. Have we already talked about him coming on vacation? No.
He was supposed to come on vacation.
Because he's a feral pigeon, but he's tame. So, like, normal feral rules don't apply. Normal house bird rules don't apply. And I don't expect anyone to put up with the shenanigans that I do with him, because he's mine and I love him. But we wanted to get away. And when I first mentioned, can we just bring him? It would be easier. My husband's like, I have to vacation with a pigeon. Really? What's going to happen? So, long story short, we decided let's just bring him. The person we ended up having watch our house is deathly afraid of. What are the chances I pick a person that was attacked by a parrot and a chicken when she was 5?
Birds are scary. Okay, they'll peck your eyes out.
So I said, well, he has to get up.
There's a window here and there's a walkway, and our husbands are dancing on the walkway like two children. So they have stopped whittling and they're shaking their butts in the window because they think they're very funny. That made me sweat a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know.
So it was just going to be easier to bring him because the house sitter is afraid of birds. So I said, well, who's going to let him out? Are you having a flash?
I think I'm in early menopause before I'm 40.
And then, what was I going to
He got car sick and you had to take him home.
Yeah.
They started the trip and
we got a
everything and
half
had to
an
turn
hour
around
out.
and come back and bring the
Who
pigeon home.
knew birds get car sick? I sure didn't.
I mean,
but
they're
then
meant to
I
fly.
Googled it and everyone's like, oh yeah, they get really car sick. They can't get their bearings. Like, what's moving? I'm not moving. What is moving? And then he starts throwing up everywhere, turned around, added another hour and a half onto our trip. But
It's okay. They didn't
he's
leave
home
on time.
safe. He's home safe and I will see him tomorrow. Pigeon!
Pigeon! Okay, so that's all of our talk about that. Let's talk about, okay, wait, did I even fan this out? Let's talk about upcoming projects.
I mean, I'm working on the floor for another 6 months, so that would be all you.
You are not. We have
I
summer.
just bought a new pattern yesterday from
Oh, yeah, wait.
Espace Tricot.
Is that the one you showed me and I think I like
Campfire.
it? Oh, you
We'll
need to pull
insert
that
the
up.
actual name.
No, pull that thing up and show a picture. I like that.
I don't have my phone with me.
Didn't you just ding it and your husband brought it over? All right, fine. It's the Campfire something or other.
We'll insert
Okay.
it.
See, here she goes saying that I'm going to insert
We're
something.
gonna insert
and, you know,
it.
I'm extra not good at that. So,
I'll do this. So now
back
you know.
in May, Andrea Mowry posted this
Oh, yeah.
to her stories. Now, if you've been following me, you know I have an obsession with a old man looking cardigan with a belt. So I made her Ginny that looks
Are
just
you
like
gonna
this.
make that
but
longer?
no, I kind of like it. Her Ginny that really is the same thing, just the pattern's different, but the shaping and all of
Lots
that
of
is the
color
same.
work.
So this is when she always says that I should join the test thing. But
Oh my
test group.
goodness, she would be perfect for that.
I
You would do it so quick. It's your girl. How exciting would it be to be in the making stages? You would be a creator.
So that is on my list. The pattern hasn't come out yet.
What's it called?
I don't know the name. She didn't say the name. She just said sweater number 1, woman's belted cardi. So now, of course, to get everybody excited and to build things different, the test knitters have been posting pictures of theirs. I would like to do mine in that off-white that she did.
Would you?
I would. And I would want, that's Spin Cycle and Magpie, I believe. I think I want to do mine in Highland. What's the one? Is it, why can't I think of it? What's my gray? Ginny, the Harrisville, but I think it's Highland.
Nightshades.
I want to do the nightshades in the color because I just want mine to be 2 colors.
Wait,
So-
white and gray? Dark gray?
So I would do mine in white, and I think Harrisville has that I used. I think I did my Ronin in it, like a Highland wool or something. It's that white, and then I would do the
I'll
gray.
find what I'm talking about.
Okay. And I would do my color work like in the gray. We'll see. I might change my mind. You know, I always change my mind. So when that does come out, I would really, really like to do that. This current whip, what is it called again? The Goldfinch should be done.
Today,
It will not be done today.
if we knit.
It won't be done today. That lace section is going to take me a hot minute, so I'll probably finish that in the car tomorrow. But I would love to start it ahead of time because I can pay attention way better when we're sitting down. And I brought the yarn to do Andrea Mowry's Open Sky. I know you're shocked, just all Andrea Mowry, but I feel like I get on a kick, and
Her
that's what I
children
stick
ought
with.
to thank you.
I know I'm putting her kids through college someday, even though they're little now.
Yeah.
And her Open
Oh
Sky.
my goodness.
Okay, go ahead.
No,
I have to show a picture, so go ahead.
Yeah. Campfire Cozy. You're better at that than me.
I mean, it's just at a different angle, I think, than you. I love
That was offered
it.
for free yesterday on Ravelry.
Is it not free today?
I don't know, but I
Let
don't
me
want to
open
say
it up
is.
a little. Hold on. Okay, so it is a triangle shawl. See, we do need to change the name.
What color would you make it? That's kind of like an olivey, brownish.
I'm really funny. Something like this for me is kind of fun, and something like this for me is fun. Something like that, and my Moon Sisters, I like to do them in a really wearable color because, as I've told you before, I will wear shawls every single day in the winter.
Still today.
Okay,
and it's in
there.
worsted, Espace Tricot, and it's called Campfire Cozy.
It's really cute. Don't
So
click
cute.
off it yet. Let's see if there's any other really cute pictures. Because I wouldn't wear it like that. I would probably wear it triangly. It's you said it's worsted,
It is
right?
worsted, like a boatload, 1,425 yards.
It's big.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty. I don't know if you
It's
can...
a personal blanket, I call that.
A schlanket, as Stephen West would say. Of course, I clicked it, and the wireless up here is really bad. I don't think you can tell, but this is all...
I think it's pretty.
This section is all a lace pattern.
And
It's
you would
really
never
pretty.
put a project that you're bored with on hold to start one that you would be excited about, would you?
Okay, so that's funny you say that. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the one girl was kind of like razzing her friend like you do with me about how she's a fast knitter. And she was saying it's not that she's a fast knitter. She spends a lot of time knitting.
Mm-hmm.
And so after she said that, I was like, that's what I'm going to say. I just spend a lot more time knitting than you do.
Mm-hmm.
You, right now it's summer for me. I can do this. I get up very early in the morning. I run on the treadmill. I get ready for work, and then I knit for an hour because I'm up at 4 o'clock. I just don't sleep in the morning. And so I knit a lot. If I'm in the car and my husband's driving, I'm knitting. If we're watching a show, I'm knitting. If right now baseball started again
For your kids.
for the boys, which
So
I
you knit
actually
on the
like.
sideline.
I like baseball. I hate going to football, but I like baseball, and I'll knit on the sideline the entire time.
Sure.
So I mean, you sit there for 2 hours, so you knit. Football, you'll sit there for 3 hours.
I feel like a charcoal gray.
That's what I was gonna say. I think that a dark gray would be really
Got
cute
lost
in that.
somewhere in there.
That's where I was going. I was going with gray.
But 1,425. So what brand of yarn would you gravitate toward if you knew you needed a big amount, but you want it to be like, I wouldn't want it to be too, toothy or fibery. I would want it to be soft, but not like too drapey. Like you want it to be able to hold up.
And affordable.
I mean, if you need that much.
I'm gonna have to think on that. If I didn't mind it being toothy, of course I would go right to a Nightshades, or I would go right to a Brooklyn Tweed.
Wait a second, is that the one that I got, that I made that poncho out of? The one I got out of the sale bin?
Same company. But
Same company,
I think
but
you
it
were
was a
Peace
different-
Fleece. Was it Peace Fleece that you got?
It didn't say. It wasn't even marked.
It was in that booth, so it was
Okay.
with the Nightshades. It was with the...
I might even go olive green. That was too
That's-
brown,
theirs
but
is-
I almost feel like an olive green, like a camo green.
I don't mind the toothy for something that I'm gonna wrap and wear it really warm. But if you wanted something touching you, I'm gonna have to think about that.
But if you're sitting by
We'll
a
get back to
campfire,
you
it's
on
not
that.
like you're naked underneath it.
Are you really only wearing this when you come up here at a campfire? When are you at a campfire other than here? Fire.
Your
My house.
I hate campfires. I'm in Dorsey.
Smells. I am in Dorsey. I don't like bugs.
It's sticky, it's buggy, it's hot, it's smoky. What?
It's not for me.
It's not for me.
This is the open sky. Hers doesn't look like this, but this was one of her test knitters, and I think you can just see the pattern a little bit better.
And you would make it that color, that rust?
No. Oh, I don't have it with me. I was making it that really, so
white
it's a
and gray,
really,
cream and
when
gray.
I went to Pearl Soho, I bought some yarn, and I have some sport weight, and that calls for worsted, so I'm just going to hold 2 sports, and I don't know what it's going to come out to be, worsted or something.
I thought it called for fingering. 2 fingering held together to make it DK.
No, ma'am. The
You're
open
holding
sky?
2 fingering together to make it DK.
No, I'm holding 2 sport together to hope it's a worsted. Because what happened was, I have X amount of yarn, and my mother had some other yarn, and one is a really, really, really light gray from Pearl Soho, and one is a very, very, I don't, it's not very anything. It's off white, and I'm gonna hold them together
It's
because I think
very
it'll
off white.
They're very close in color, and I'm just like, I'm gonna hold them together, and they'll look a little marled like, and I
Marled.
like it, and I don't care because I wanted a neutral that was light colored,
Yeah.
especially for when we sit at the football games, and if it gets raining again. See, the hour hike wouldn't have worked.
Nope.
This is what happens. This is wonderful.
We chose wisely.
When we are at football, if football happens this year, our school's colors are black and a blue. What's that color? Blue?
Royal.
Sort of like this color blue, but darker.
Royal.
Yeah. And nothing, I don't want to wear a black scarf. And when we get into October, it's freezing. So I just wanted something sort of neutral that I could wrap around me because you get to the point where you're in a gigantic winter coat and you're freezing.
Yep.
So after this is done, I'm going to go to Open Sky. And then if her pattern is out, I'll either do that or is it the anchor sweater that I have in my queue? Oh no!
Buzz.
Totally forgetting to tell you. These are my summer projects. Hold the phone.
I do have the summer sorrel that I was thinking about, and I think I ordered yarn for it. I have a
What color were you
delivery
doing?
coming. Well, it'll be there when I get home. I think I ordered it already. I know I did. No, I didn't. I'm making another night shift.
Yes, you did. You got your...
I
Okay.
bought all the worsted for another night shift.
I'm going to do the Brioche-licious. I love the colors this girl did hers in. I'm sorry. I can't give you credit. I don't know who you are. I snapshotted your picture.
Kill.
It's... Okay, I do like her legs. She does have a very thin figure. I think she has another picture.
She's
in it.
shapely.
She's tiny. Look how small she is. But look how cute it looks when it's wrapped.
It looks kind of like
Super
your
cute.
plumpy.
Because
and
it's
your
brioche.
That I know.
But they're different colors and I'm trying different patterns. So, I'm going to do mine. I love her colors. They spoke to me quickly. Clearly you can see there's an ochre.
It almost looks like what you're wearing.
Yeah. It's wearable. There's an ochre,
Right.
there's a dark gray, there's a white, and then the
It's
color that
basically
it's
two
with is
neutrals
dark
with a
is-
pop of color. So it's like,
Actually, I took a picture of what, so it looks like that. Those are the colors.
I like that. It's funny
So
that it
those would
shows
be
up
my
better
co-
on that screen than it does in real life.
Well, it's all right. I'll take it. So that's coming down the line. I have a couple things that I have to get through, but I never thought this was going to go this
I know.
quick. The
It's
short
also
rows make
pretty
it go
short,
fast.
small.
It's very narrow. Like I said to you, when you put it on, that's a really narrow.
I don't think you're gonna wear it a lot. I'm sorry.
I probably won't.
Watch it.
I probably won't wear it a ton, but that's okay. I just wanted to do it, and I had the
You should
yarn,
give
and
it
it was
as a gift.
inexpensive. I could give it as a gift. I just don't know who would wear it. Is it
No.
you? Would you wear it?
No, I don't want
You
it.
want it in your advent calendar? This can be day 25.
I love
knit it
those
up
colors,
just for
but they're
you.
not. It's not for me. It reminds me of something from my childhood. I
You
think
need
it's
to try
like
some new things, okay? Everything can't be blue and green, okay?
blue and green. What am I making? Oh, I am making green.
Blue and green.
Blue and green.
What is your upcoming project?
Well, I could continue my Knitivity,
Mm-hmm.
but I really would like to try knitting the dolls. I feel bad. I'm a broken record.
It's okay. Everybody does it. You see something and then something else catches your eye and then you're like, oh, I want to make that instead. I've been waiting to make the anchor sweater. I told them like 3 months ago I was making
It's either the summer sorrel, if I can get the yarn for it, or another night shift, but I kind of want to make that my fall winter project because I feel like you got to carry all that yarn together. It's a big bag. I don't know why. And you have to be able to sit and pay attention. Andrea Mowry, you're good at just getting in the zone and talking to people as you're knitting. I have to post it, move it down like line by line by line and really pay attention. I will be better off this time than I was the first time because, again, that was our first major project. Well, mine.
What was it?
The night shift.
Oh, night shift. You
Wow.
said summer sorrel and then it was in my head that that's what you were talking about and I
No.
got stuck.
No.
So
no,
I'm thinking I didn't
no,
make the
no.
sorrel.
Sorrel.
Sorrel. We don't know.
Night
We say
shift.
sorrel.
Knitted dolls, Knitivity, floor. Yeah, I would. That's what made me think of it. I don't know that I would put away the floor and start something new. I'm not against it, but it probably would eat at me. Like,
Oh, that's what made me answer you the way I did about how often I knit. I am a monogamous knitter.
I know you
That's
are.
why. Because here's the thing, when you have 3 different things going, you don't get anything done. You have to just stick to the one. Woo, that bird came out of nowhere. You have to just stick to the one and finish it. So I have that one that's just sort
Yeah.
of sitting there that I haven't done anything with because it's such a boring knit. And then I have
oh yeah,
But-
Starlight.
something like that.
But I'm on Facebook pages of knitting groups where people say I have 13 whips.
No,
And I'm
that
like,
gives me anxiety.
But
Finish
that
the whip.
it says something to me about their type of personality. Like you get excited about something, then it fizzles, and you're like, I'll start something new. But like I feel sorry for the first 12, you know.
Yes,
And
when
what a
I see
waste of
people
money.
and they like do a podcast and they're pulling all their whips out, I'm like, all you need is one sleeve on that. Just finish the sleeve. Like
do
it'll
it.
take you
Just
one
do-
day.
Go upstairs. Take
It's-
a couple
but
hours.
honestly, it's like a worsted sweater with one sleeve. You could finish that thing in less than a day. Just finish the sweater.
Get it done.
I can't do it. I have to just I am somebody who's very monogamous in my life, and I'm like a list person, and I have
Black
to
and white.
have yes, and I have to have everything like this, and then I have to cross everything out. If I make a packing list and I already know I packed something, but it's supposed to be on the list,
Write
I'll
it.
put it on the list and then cross it off.
And it feels so good. to
It
cross
does. I'm
things off.
very weird like that, but I think that's also like the type A teacher in me too. Everything like has a list and it has to be organized and then it has to be done. That's why I love the Ravelry queue, because it's like I can see everything that's coming. And in that sense, I don't mind if I like something else and I put it in the queue, because then I don't mind shifting things.
Yeah.
I'll get to it eventually. And if I don't, then I'm glad I didn't go buy all the yarn for it, because I guess I wasn't as obsessed with it as I thought.
Yeah.
Like the Lululemon leggings that I just learned about today.
Yeah. My sister has on a pair of Lululemon leggings.
Which I don't own. I know people love them.
They really are great. Like,
And
there's
I
certain
could
things
see-
I will pay money for a brand name
Shoes.
if it really is better.
I'm like that on shoes. So I could see when she was walking, I'm like, those look like really, I'm sure you all wear them, so you know, but I don't. And I'm like, those look like such good quality. I don't even know her sister. I walked right over to her and I started rubbing her leg. I said, excuse me, I'm going to touch you.
Yeah,
and I just started
then you called
rubbing
your
her
husband
leg.
over to do
And I
it,
called
too.
my husband over. I go, just touch the bottom of her leg. It was the bottom. He wasn't like caressing her. It was like her ankle. I'm like, just feel those leggings.
Good thing we're European and we're okay with the touchy-feely.
We don't care. It's like Rhinebeck and everybody touches you. It's fine. Nobody cares. So I was all about that. And the other thing I wanted to say, because today is the 11th, and by the time I get this up, it'll be maybe the 12th.
Oh, yes!
Are you talking about Teaks? Are you clapping
Yeah.
for Teaks? So if you are a person who will spend money on quality things, I just got my first pair of Teaks. Right now, Teaks is running a promotion till the 15th. If you live in the home, if you are or have somebody in your house who is a first responder, they are giving a $100 gift card away. I didn't say that right. You get $100. They'll give you $100. So my husband is in law enforcement, so I filled the thing out for him, and I called them. I said, is it okay if it's not me and it's my husband, like he'll buy them for me? And she said, it's just one per household, it's totally fine. So I didn't feel like I was gypping anybody. I called and made sure. I didn't want to like steal from the other first responders of the world during COVID.
I think you're important too, being the spouse.
I actually did say to her, as a teacher, I'm not a first responder, but we worked really hard through this. And she's like, yeah, sorry. And I said, oh, that's too bad. But $100. So Teaks generally they start at about $175. So I was able to get them for $75. And they are at home. And my mom brought them in for me.
And they are cardinal red.
They are red. I got the
With
red.
turquoise bottoms.
And so if I have a moment, I will unbox them if you
Put it on
want to
your
just
Insta.
see. I could. I don't know how to do that yet. But if you guys want to just see me unbox them, because I'm so excited. And if
wonder if
I
they come
forget,
folded.
then don't worry about it. They do come folded because my mother has a pair. And they come with like a little baggie that you can put them in your purse. And then they come with a bigger bag that you can like carry it as a reusable bag.
I wonder how long they'll last. Like, if the soles wear out really quickly, I'll be sad. For you.
Well, I won't be as sad as I would be if I spent $175 on them with free shipping. So it literally was $75. There wasn't even tax for some reason.
Really?
Maybe because they're from California. And why are they Teaks and they're Italian shoes, but they come from... They're called like Teaks by, somebody's going to correct me, Gavrielli.
Yes, I saw that.
Why are they like Italian shoes that they come from California? I wanted them to come from Italy. Doesn't matter. If I love them, I will wear them
Maybe
regularly
they were
and I
made
will
in
wear
the
them in
USA
Italy.
with Italian products.
Maybe. I need to look into that. So we've been talking for 47 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
So thanks for coming on vacation with us. We really wanted to show you how beautiful it is up here. If you are an outdoorsy
We'll insert
person,
some pictures at the end so you can see.
I'm going to kill her.
At the end?
You will have to send them to me.
Just
I've taken
get on
some.
to the end. Yeah.
If you are an outdoorsy person, highly recommend. If you like doing anything outdoors, highly recommend.
And there's a
coming
best
here.
of both
It's
worlds.
beautiful.
Like, if you're into the touristy tourist shops and seeing the
cute little
Olympics
shops.
museums and
There's
all that
snow.
stuff.
There's snow outside the
snow
Olympic
outside.
Stadium
Even if it
every
was
single day.
94 outside.
90s. It was in the 90s yesterday, and there's a mound of snow there.
Or if you want to go off the beaten path and go fish or hike or walk or whatever, you can do that too.
Or
We
if
love
you're
it
like
here.
us and you don't go outside,
Yeah.
just bring your knitting. It's fine. Sit by the pool with your kids. They like that
Townhouse
too.
Lodge is where we stay. It's very clean, very nice.
It's beautiful here.
It
It
is.
really is. So, thank you for stopping by.
Thank
We
you
will
for
be
joining
back.
us for our coffee and our sit and chat about our knits.
Please subscribe. We've gotten some new subscribers this week. I was
thank
very
you.
excited.
That's so
yes, thank you
exciting.
for coming, and we will talk to you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.